Hi there, today I'm going to be showing you how to use the Vario Creative Tool. It's a Prym product that I love to use now, and more specifically I'm going to show you how to use the eyelet settings. Now the eyelets are wonderful because you can use them in all of your bag making if you want to be drawing through cord, things like that, and more recently I had a bit of fun using them on a couple of projects. One being my pattern that I'm going to be releasing in September on television, and the second is for this loungewear set that I've made. Now I haven't quite finished them off, but I'll show you them anyway. So here's the eyelets. It's for the drawstring. Now normally they might just say in the pattern to do some button stitches, but I've actually decided to put the eyelets in to give it a really sort of high-end professional look, which I love. All I now need to do is thread some webbing through. You can get them in two sizes, the 11mm or the 14mm, and there's a whole range of colours out there for you to choose from. So you've seen I've got the silver, and I've also got a range of the lovely colours that you can get. I've got the orange here today just to show you how lush they are. So all we need to put the eyelets in is our Vario Creative Tool. Now don't worry if you don't have one, but you do have the what looks like the pliers instead. You can still use these tools, that's not a problem at all. But I like to use this because it's really easy on the hand, lovely to use, great just to carry around. And I use this now for all of my Prym products. So you need that, and then you also need obviously your eyelets of choice, 11 or 14mm, and then you need what creates the hole punch for this product. Now when you buy this, this is a little tool set, you get it for both sizes. So I'm going to walk you through that little bit first. So we're ready to put in our eyelets. Now always have a think about the fabric that you're using. Now I'm only giving you a little test run, so I'm not going to put any interfacing on. But for example, because this is stretchy on my waistband, I have put a little bit of interfacing behind. If I was using bag making, it can go through your fleece waddings or anything like that. But I'm just going to keep this plain for now. So we're using a single layer. You're going to need to open up your box, and you'll see that you've got two boxes inside it. One is for the 14mm and one is for the 11mm setting. So I'm working with the 11mm to go with the 11mm eyelets. Now I always encourage people to take a good look at the box because the imagery on this is going to give you a lot of information straight away. So what we're looking at is, if I just look at this side, the 11mm, we're working with this side first and then we're moving to the right. So we're working in columns. So we need two pieces. We need a top piece that's going to do something and a bottom piece that's going to do something, and vice versa over here. So that means that the top piece needs to go in the uppermost part of our Vario tool, and this piece needs to go into the bottom. So always look at your images. And the reason why I say that is because as you go from different Prym products, you'll see that it is always true. They follow that kind of pattern. So for example, here in the eyelets, we might just think we've got a washer and the eyelet itself, but actually it's telling us far more than that. It's telling us that obviously we need to have this face up with the what looks like the extended part of it going down into the washer. So always take a good look at that. Really helpful information there. Now all you need to do is, when you go into your box, you need to take out your two pieces on the left hand side, just like I've just said. So we take out the two on the left and we're going to fit them into our Vario tool. So we're going to put this part into the bottom, which creates the space required to push this piece through. Can you see it's domed? This dome is what's going to push the hole through. So now we just need to pop that into the top. Now before we move on, just to mention, in the top of our Vario tool, the silver piece here, there's a little plastic blue insert. I can show you that a bit closer here. This is it. This is it. And that's what creates the sort of grab that you need to hold on to all those little parts. So mine's already in there, and you really don't need to ever really be taking that out. So we've got the bit that's going to push down into, and the dome piece that goes into the top. And it all gets pushed into nicely and tightly into place, like so. We know where we want our marking to be, so I'm just going to pop it under. And all I need to do, give it a gentle push, and we've got ourselves a hole. Now what I'm going to show you is I haven't actually quite cut all the way through, which means that something's slightly adrift. Nothing to worry about because I can go back over the same area again, but it means that I need to adjust this area just here. Now, the only mechanical part that you need to really work on this and adjust it across the different products you might want to use is this part. So it will go up or it will go down at different times to do different things. So I just encourage you to play with it first, always have a sample piece first and make sure you've got that setting in the right place. So you can see I've extended this upwards. Now it could be in the wrong direction, let's find out. So that didn't cut at all, which means I've gone the wrong way. So I'm going to go all the way to the bottom and try again. Did you hear there was a little sound then? Let's do it again. Listen. That means we've punched a hole. There we go. And it's actually pulled out that little spare piece. Now, we don't always have that happen. We're not always that lucky. What they do tend to do is collect in the bottom. But the fun bit, it's a bit like having PVA glue on your hand, is picking it out. Just get a little pin and pick it out and we're soon done. So we've made our holes and we pull our little two parts out. So now all we need to do is go and revert to the remaining two pieces. The green disc goes in the bottom and this piece goes into the top. Fitting nice and snug inside that cavity again. We'll go along and we'll get two pieces of our eyelets. So we need the coloured eyelet and we need our washer. We'll push our eyelet, oops, sorry for that. We'll push the eyelet piece through so it's facing on the right side. Now what you might find is that you need to just manoeuvre and manipulate your fabric just a little bit. We always cut the hole just a fraction smaller than it needs to be to make sure that we've got a tight fit. Now all we need to do is turn it over in our hands and go to our washer. Our washer, if you look at it closely in this rim area, on one side there's a cavity space. This is it, and we want that face up. And what that's going to do, it's going to allow the extended part of the coloured eyelet to fold over and fit in tight into that cavity space. So we're all in place now, so all we now need to do is pop it on top of the green disc and it will fit within the grooves nice and tight. And listen. Done. Simple as that. So that's a reverse and that's the finished side. And I don't know about you, but I think that is a lovely, lovely finish. Like I say, these are available in a range of colours. So I have got, and I'm looking at my shelf, orange, I've got a lovely pink fuchsia colour, an aqua colour and a lilac. I did have some white, but they flew out the door, as you can imagine, and a range of silver too. So I hope that was helpful for you. So again, just a little tutorial on how to use the Vario Creative Tool and insert in your eyelets.